Hey everybody, welcome back to the Soapy Cauldron. I'm really excited because tonight I am making a soap that I have been saying I'm going to make for a long time. It is going to be based from one of my very favorite professors at Hogwarts, which is Professor Remus Lupin. It is going to unfortunately look like his biggest fear, which is a full moon, but it is inspired by him. It's actually something I made before, so if you'd like to see how I make it again, don't stop watching. Alright, all of my soaps always start with the exact same thing, which is a bucket of oils and lye water. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the lye water straight into the oils, and then we are going to stick blend it together to start the soaping process. Now that that is all blended together, I am going to pour off a third of it, probably, roughly a third of it, let's see, into here, and we are going to accent this one with like a midnight blue, and this one will be just black. So for the black, I have matte oxide pigment powder. This is from Crafter's Choice or Wholesale Supplies Plus. I'm going to put a scoop of that in there. And into the blue, I'm going to put the tiniest bit of black in there. And I'm going to color the rest of it with matte cobalt blue ultramarine powder, also from Crafter's Choice. And while I'm mixing, I might as well go ahead and add in the fragrance oil, and I've already measured it out. The fragrance oil I'm using is called Lunar Eclipse. I felt like it was appropriate for this soap, and it is a duplicate of Scentsy. If you're familiar with Scentsy, they have a scent called Lunar, and it is a duplicate of that scent. So let's mix all this up and pour it into the mold. Okay, we have a nice like dark slate blue, and we have our black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this all into the black, and I'm going to stir it up just a little bit because I really want these colors to, let's see how to explain this, be separate but yet almost blended together. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm going to stir them just ever so slightly and then pour them into the mold. Alright, that should be good. Let's pour this into the mold. I'm going to fill this about 3/4 of the way up, and then I'm gonna tap it down to get all these air bubbles out because we have a lot of air bubbles in here. And then I made a column mold, and that is going to be our moon. I'm gonna put that in there, but this needs to firm up first. So I'm going to tap it down, and then once it's firm, I'll come back and put in our moon. I'm going to test it to see if it's ready enough to hold this piece up, because this is a smaller piece. I made this one and then I realized it was not even close to being big enough. So I'm going to try to put this one in. If it sinks all the way to the bottom, it's not ready. Okay, perfect. All right, we have our moon in. I'm gonna pour this slowly over the top. Then we are going to be done. Alright, I'm going to bounce this down, make sure it's all even across the top, and then we'll come back tomorrow and cut it. So for some reason the audio did not record when I was cutting this soap, but here we go. I'm gonna cut soap and clean off my cutter. Just cut the sample piece, and now I'm getting ready to cut the very first cut. And you have to go a little slow because that moon is melt and pour and it's a little bit harder to cut, but I love the way that this looks. I think it looks like a moon in the middle of a night sky. And I was really nervous because it's soda ash on the top a little bit and it has a lot of air bubbles, but I actually think it works to my advantage because the bubbles almost make it look like stars in a galaxy. I am just in love with it. I love the way that it all turned out, and I really hope that y'all love it too. So as always, thanks so much for watching me, and I'll see you in the next video.